today. That's how it looks like, and it's 7 a.m. It's almost 8 a.m. and this is how it looks like. I am in Kenyatta University. Today I'm touring the famous Kenyatta University. This is the famous Thika Road. And this is Kenyatta University. So today I'm touring Kenyatta University, which was my school in the past. So I'm back as an alumni. So let's go see what the university has for us. So this is the entrance of the university. So there was a time we went for long holiday, and when we came back we found the gate entirely changed. And I think it's beautiful. It's the wow factor of this university. It's like can be seen from the other side of the road. On entering, we have this map of the entire university, and I've never been to this building. Like seriously. So I made it in. So guys, I've been a student here for almost 5 years, and I've never been to most places in this university. I've always been just going to school, going to lecture halls, and going back to my hostel or back to my apartment which I rented back then. So I never took the time to really explore this place. So that's what I'm doing today actually. So I love everything IT. I've always loved computers, and I've never seen this building. I think they made it after I was gone, but this is my first. I was like, where were you when I was interested in computer things? You're offering ICT training. This is the center of the university. When you come from the main gate, you're met with this beautiful roundabout, and yeah, so it's empty. Like people are on long holiday from June to like September, and the university is empty and super quiet, like super duper quiet. And the infrastructure, the roads are like pretty good, pretty beautiful, very clean. And I just look at it, just look at the view, like very super clean. So this was where we used to rest, like group discussions, eat here. There's a restaurant back there, that house in the corner. We used to come here, eat, and story and wait on our classmates, study for exams. So, this is referred to as the most developed university in East Africa, like the infrastructure, in terms of architecture, in terms of it is so big, like the area that it's covering is so big. This is my school, the School of Environmental Studies, which is the course that I studied, and the computer building, and the English literature School of Education back there. Look at how it's beautiful. This was the most recent building that was built. Then there's the computer center, and there's this environmental studies students laboratory. And I went into one of the lecture halls. In normal times this lecture hall will be super full, but it was like super empty today, so I was feeling so cold, and the weather was not weathering, and I decided to go to one of the lecture halls to sleep. Like I went to take a nap. I just wanted to feel my hands warm again. My hands were like very cold. Yeah. So this is me just lazing around. It was so early, it was around 8 a.m., and I just needed a little bit of rest to continue. So this is the environmental But I don't even know where I'm at at this point. Like, this university is so big. Yeah, it's so big. I don't know where I am. I don't know. I swear. Somewhere. Yeah, now I've remembered where I am. This is one of the offices in the environmental department. See, environmental club, which I was never in. So afterwards, I decided to go to the shopping center, which was where the rich kids of our time would go eat their lunch. For the rest of us, who would go to the mess hall. And the shopping center is like pretty big. They've added many shops. They've added some coffee shops. They've added more printing places, more shops. See, coffee shop, and the price of coffee shop is same as Java. So guys, when you come here, this is what I'm having. Chapati with smoky inside, chapo smoky. Chapati with smoked sausages inside. This used to be a snack, but mainly for the rich kids. As we were going to the mess, which I'm going to be showing you in a bit, I couldn't afford this most of the time. During my time at the university, I could not afford this. They used to drink it with fruit juice, which was always 40 shillings. And this one goes for 50 shillings. So that was about 90 shillings. That's about $1. Yeah, it was too much for the rest of us, but rich kids were eating this most of the time. Nostalgia. I couldn't buy the fruit juice because it's so cold right now. So yeah, that's my snack for the day. Let's continue the tour. Guys, can we just appreciate this school for being so clean? Right now we're heading to the dormitory, which I was in for about 1 year. I was in one dormitory, not dormitory, hostel. I was in one hostel for 1 year. Then I moved to another hostel for my second year. Then third year and fourth year, I rented an apartment outside of school. So let's go to the first hostel that I stayed in as a first year from the village. We have the health center with so many ambulances, and so this may look like a normal tennis court, but at night it turns into a party spot. Every celebrity, every influencer, every musician, when they came here, this is where they would come, and it will be party after party, unless it rained. Whenever it rained, then we would go to another spot inside another building, which is made solely for that purpose, party and conferences and everything in between that brings people together. And this is where also workshops were held. You'd find tents here, people like selling stuff. This was a socializing zone, and I'm glad it's been maintained. Yeah, so bad luck. The hostels were like closed. This is the Lukenya hostel, which was the hostel that I was staying in when I was in first year. But most hostels were closed because there are few people at the university. Most are doing their PhD and masters, and they don't reside inside the university. So it was closed. This was where we used to hang our clothes, and I'm glad they placed a fence around it. This was the famous Kilimambogo hostel for boys, player boys, like player boys. So most players lived here. Yep, there is a walking bridge inside the university. The resources in this university are just another level. They've invested so much, to make it serene uh, and convenient for students. See, that's the same bridge that is found on the Thika superhighway, on most highways in Nairobi, and it's right inside the middle of the university, which I think is so nice. From up here, we can get a good view of the greenery inside the university, the hostels. Just check out all the green, like the trees. Trees are everywhere, makes it feel more homely. I can still access the university, so every time I feel so low or just I need peace, I always come here and just sit in one of the many mini parks that are in here and just relax my mind, because the green here is so much. There are birds chirping everywhere. It reminds me so much of home, and you know I'm here for it. I'm here to enjoy the serene, and I'm alumni, so I can access the university easily. Anybody can access it, but the fact that I know in and out of the university makes it convenient for me to come here and just clear my mind. See what's behind me? That's maize plantation. That is maize, and that is the bridge. See it? Yeah, it's so long. It goes all the way to the other side, to the other hostels that are down there. Guys, you see that small building behind the engineering building? Yeah, that's a mini railway station. So railway passes here, see it? Railways passes here. The train passes here oftenly, and the university has built a mini railway station for its students. So those people who are coming from other places, they can catch the train. They just alight right there and enter the university. How convenient is that? That is like so thoughtful. The Nyayo hostel. It's 6 hostels, Nyayo 1 to Nyayo 6, two of which are for women, and then 3 for men. And there's the Nyayo flats. They added the Nyayo flats. I was so curious to see how the Nyayo flats look like. See the mini parks. Reminds me of my village. And this is the hostel which my best friend stayed in. So we managed to switch places with one of the students, and we managed to live together in Nyayo 2. Let's go see if it's open. Common room. Nothing much going on. It's locked from the inside. Can't access it. And this is how it looked like. Yeah, it was a very big hostel. There were so many of us in there. And that was the shop. The window on the corner was the shop. And that was the common room. where we watched TV. Basically, it was mainly for boys. Boys would come there and watch football, and that is the rest of Nyayo one. It's so big, so big. There were 2 people in each room, so many people. And this was installed during the Corona period. And that is where we hung our clothes. And that is another place where we would just rest. There were so many mini parks in this university. You could just stand at a tree during hot days. Yeah, I loved it here. Guys, it is a ghost town right here. Nobody is here, nobody in sight, nothing going on, everything stagnant. I think it was the wrong time to come to this university. Oh, that's not the right time. The right time because there's no inconvenience, people running around, moving around. But the bad part is most of the buildings are out of access. There are no students. There are trimester students, and there are not so many of them. And masters mainly and PhD, but there are not so many of them. So yeah, it's a ghost town. It's always full. There's always so much noise. People have their music on. People are laughing. You could never hear the birds chirping in the hostel side, but just nothing. Right? Nothing. Quiet. Like quiet. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to the mess. The mess is where I used to eat. So I'm just going to show you guys the mess and KM. So the mess is not open until 11:30-ish. That is when lunch begins to get served. So right now I'm just gonna go show you the Kenyatta market, which was the main market whereby you could buy tomatoes, we could buy githeri and beans, and we used to cook in these hostels. We used to have that electric burner, which was like very dangerous. I don't know how we survived that. It is very dangerous. The wires are like open. It's bought in the Kenyatta market for about 300 shillings. And the wires are like open and it's just bare like that. So if you cook barefooted, you find yourself electrocuted. It's a wonder we never died from that. But we used to cook. So the Kenyatta market would give us the ingredients to cook: rice, beans, githeri, everything was there, basically everything that is found in markets. And other hostels are also there, private hostels and apartments to rent. So I'm not going to be showing you the private hostels or apartment to rent because I don't have access to that, but I'm just gonna show you how the market looks like. Then we are going to head out to the mess hall and complete the tour. Hope you're enjoying the tour, by the way. If you are, please don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, leave a sweet comment for your girl. It's cold, I'm freezing, and I'm doing it for you guys. So please support me by subscribing, leaving a comment, and sharing this video. Anyways, let's get to the KM in a bit. The Kenyatta market is also empty. Like it's always so full of people, and these roads are always so full every time, but they're empty. And on the side of this side where the grass are, that's where the mama mboga people are selling vegetables and beans, and like they have disappeared. Whenever students go for long holidays, these people like go out of business completely. They're building another building over there, and next to the university on the side, that's where the vibandas are, where women are selling their vegetables, but looks like they even demolished them. So it's empty, the salons are empty, the supermarkets are empty, and there is the student center, which is completely closed because there are no students. This is where we buy our past papers, notes, and everything, but it's completely closed. Most businesses are out like closed. Cyber cafes are empty, and it's a ghost town in Kenyatta Market too. It's a ghost town because no business is going on. And you know what goes down? The mess halls were closed, and I was out of luck. I couldn't eat here because nothing was going on in the kitchen. It was like packed, like they had closed it until further notice. See the chairs packed together, the tables are like empty, and I couldn't like show you guys me eating at the mess hall. This is like the Eiffel Tower of the university. It's so tall, and it's meant to like store past professors, the president's photos, um, you know, medals that the university has gotten over the years. And it sounds the watch every hour. It rings. It used to tell us when we are late for class. That's the Statue of Liberty. The education statue. Three people holding a book and a pot. I think the pot signifies Africa. The three people, students, and the book, education. And you meet the post-modern library. This library is like super big, but they can't allow me to take pictures in there or enter. I don't have student ID, but check it out. It's like so big, and it's so spacious and so beautiful in there. I think this is the biggest library I've ever seen. I think it's the biggest library in Kenya. Not even for the KU alone. It's the biggest in Kenya. And right adjacent is the central administration. Yep. And that's it. That summarizes our tour, guys. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to take cover and maybe go home. It's so cold out here today. It's not comfortable at all, so I'm just gonna go home and see you in my next video. Bye.